Now's the time to jumpstart job creation. That is what my economic agenda is designed to do. It's an agenda that begins with jobs.
We do have a jobs emergency. President Obama promised an unrelenting, unyielding, day-by-day effort by this administration.
An unrelenting, unyielding, day-by-day effort from this administration
To fight for economic recovery on all fronts.
to fight for economic recovery on all fronts.
Relentless commitment to job creation.
I am not interested in taking a wait-and-see approach when it comes to creating jobs. What I'm interested in is taking action right now to help businesses create jobs, right now. We don't have time for any more games. The American people didn't send us here to just think about our jobs. They sent us here to think about theirs. They want us to start worrying less about keeping our jobs and more about helping them keep their jobs.
A lot of the debate in Washington has been around health care, so people think, well, I guess they must not be working on jobs. No, we've been working on jobs the whole time. Jobs must be our #1 focus in 2010.
Saving and creating jobs have to continue to be our focus in 2010. We have to continue to work every single day to get our economy moving again. That means jobs. This is my administration's overriding focus. We will not rest until we are succeeding in generating the jobs that this economy needs. I'm not going to rest. My administration is not going to rest in our efforts to help people who are looking to find a job. Our big challenge right now is creating jobs and making sure the economy takes off.
Mr. President, I begin by applauding your decision to place the economy at the top of the agenda.
With everything else he has on his plate, his laser focus has been jobs, 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 jobs.
He's got a lot of things on his plate. He promised at one point that this year would all be about jobs, jobs, jobs.
Our #1 focus has to be jobs, jobs, jobs.
Jobs, jobs, jobs.
I noticed the press yesterday, because we had this jobs forum in the White House, they said, Obama's finally pivoting to jobs.
Absolutely, they're going to pivot to jobs, jobs, jobs.
Pivot onto the economy.
Hard pivot.
Hard pivot.
Tried to pivot.
Which was a very awkward pivot.
President Obama can pivot.
As if what we haven't been doing for the whole 9 months, from the day I was sworn in and we started talking about the recovery, was all about jobs. But, folks' attention spans are short. I understand that.
The White House wanted this bill passed so you guys could pivot back to jobs. Is pivoting to jobs still the plan?
The president's been working on the economic recovery every day that he's been in office.
So has he already made the hard pivot to jobs, or are we still waiting for that to happen?
The president's been working on the economy since day one.
So this pivot to jobs has already, you talk about this year.
The president has
been going to make a big pivot to jobs.
And the president has.
Are we still waiting?
No, the president's been focused on jobs. He works on jobs every day.
With the number of times that this White House has talked about making a strong pivot to jobs in the economy, is there any concern about pivoting away from jobs in the economy for the next 3 days in New York?
I've done this 100 times, but I don't know why I wouldn't do it 101st. The president's been focused on the economy and is focused on the economy and works on nothing more than he does on the economy each and every day.
I think we are past the crisis point in the economy, but we now have to pivot and focus on jobs and growth. My singular focus over the next 2 years is not rescuing the economy from potential disaster, but rather jump-starting the economy so that we actually start making a dent in the unemployment rate. I want to announce that the leaders of both parties in both chambers have reached an agreement that will reduce the deficit and avoid default. It will allow us to turn to the very important business of doing everything we can to create jobs. That's what we should be devoting all of our time to accomplishing in the months ahead. Thank you very much, everybody.